What is up, YouTube? Today I'm training for shoulders and arms. Now I'm gonna record. I'm gonna do 5 sets of lateral raises and front raises using my dumbbells. Let's see how that goes. So you'd like to think that he knows a little bit better about the world and how things work, and that no man are actually perfect. And understanding that I haven't been convicted, a lot of this is media smear. And I'm sure he's smart enough to know this. But he also needs to keep his job. He needs to get acting jobs. This is why people sell their soul. I was offered to sell my soul. There's a famous story. I was offered $50 million of a sponsorship contract to shut up, and I didn't. So he needs the job, and he gets to be an adolescent. He gets to be paid. He has a family to feed. I'm not now. Well, yeah, I'm not even mad at the guy, but he did sell out. He did sell out. He sold me out. I don't know it, but he knows what he was saying about me is a lie. But he needs the money. That's his problem. That's his conscience. As for the show Adolescence, that's a psyop. And the reason it's a psyop is because masculinity is directly under attack, because it's masculinity that's going to resist the enslavement that's coming to the United Kingdom and most of the Western world. Let's actually cut the bullshit for 5 seconds. People are dying in England. And the reason the streets are not safe for men or women in England, the reason there is stabbing in England, the reason there are watches being stolen in England, the reason London's a shithole is because of migration. That's the bottom line. So what do? They come and say, oh, look at this little white boy. This little white native English kid who's a problem because Andrew Tate highlights the real issue. They don't want to fix the issue. They want to assassinate the man who highlights the issue. That's what they want to do. They don't want to fix the symptoms of the disease. They want to kill the doctor for telling everyone there's a cancer. No, you heard of me. I make it very clear. If you look up any of the people who have been stabbing and killing below the age of 15, they're either brown like me or black. I'm not racist, I'm brown. I'm saying, look at the skin color. They find the whitest kid in the world and put him on adolescence. And then blame me and his white father. This doesn't happen. This is a psyop. It is a deliberate psyop. Since when does a Netflix show get the prime minister and the parliament and the whole matrix system behind it trying to push it out there to everybody? Why? Because they're going to try and convince the people at home that the native people of the UK, the people who have a right to their land, the people whose grandfathers died in a ditch to protect that land, they're going to try and convince you that you are the problem. While opening up the border to people from God knows where with no passports, from war zones, who turn up with criminal intent. And they're going to try and say they're not the problem, you are. We need more migration. They want to replace every single white British person with someone from God knows where. It's no longer England then. And to do this is part of it. If you mention these things, like I am doing right now, you will catch a criminal conviction. They will put you in jail. What I am saying now is a criminal case. And I know it. And they can't stand, but I don't give a fuck. Add it to the list of criminal convictions. Put me back in jail. I don't care. Because they're trying to scare everyone into not pointing out the pertinently obvious. Everybody knows what I'm... Okay, now I completed the 5 sets of lateral raises for my shoulders. Now I'm gonna continue to do the front raises. Yeah.
The movie or the series, a lot of people said it was just about making sure that you know what your kids are watching. Do you not think that's a good message about being careful what your kids watch? Would you agree there? Would you agree in part with adolescence? Well, I'd agree that you should be careful what your kids are learning, which includes watching. But if you want to be a responsible parent and you want to be worried about what your children are digesting in the modern world, then sure, adolescents should now encourage you to go and complain at your local school for teaching them LGBT bullshit at the age of 8 and try to sexualize children. That's all in the school you're sending them to. You want to worry about me? Forget me. If you really want to watch adolescents and sit and go, I'm really concerned about my child's state of mind, go down to the children an idea when the idea is too ridiculous for parents to believe, for adults to believe. Yeah. That's why you tell kids about Santa Claus. They don't know any better. They're deliberately aiming at the kids young because they're susceptible. Don't complain about me. Go complain at your local school. Then scroll YouTube. You think I'm the worst person on YouTube for saying what? Go to the gym, take responsibility for yourself, stick up for yourself, say what you really believe in, be accountable. I'm the worst person in the world. Scroll up and down YouTube. See all these fucking men putting on makeup and sexualizing kids and all this crazy shit. You're worried about me? Nobody would sponsor this video because Andrew Tate's on it, so I decided to sponsor the video myself and talk about my new book, which also nobody would publish, because in the book I expose the globalist elitists such as the World Economic Forum. I have made tens and tens of millions of pounds myself. I sit on the tables. I've got friends who are billionaires. I know the people that own some of the banks. I know the people that own some of the institutions. So I know what's going to happen to the future of money and how to prepare for it. And I wrote a book. Nobody would publish the book. I published it myself, and it's called The Future of Money. You need to read this book. It will blow your mind. It will set you free, and ultimately, it will mean that you can predict what's going to happen, so you know how to act now, how to build a business from scratch, how to buy properties, how to protect your assets, owning real assets, not fake assets. This entire book that I wrote myself, you can get right now. Because you're watching this interview with Andrew Tate, I'm going to give it you as a gift completely for free. Click the link in the description. You can download it. I'll email it to you as an instant PDF, and it's completely for free. Do it now before it's too late. Offer will expire. Do it now. Back to the video.
Yeah. But I'm not saying I'm a saint either. But to try and sit and pretend that I'm the reason bad things happen is not only disingenuous, it is heinous and it is evil, and they're doing this on purpose because they fear my influence. Recently, they said, oh, there was a man who killed 4 people, and he listened to an Andrew Tate video. And they put it all in the papers. I'm going to have to sue the papers now. Did he listen to an Andrew Tate video? I don't know. Maybe. However, that's not what I talk about. I advocate for stoicism and mental control. I do not advocate for murdering people. 1. Secondly, he also listened to a Taylor Swift song. Did we talk about that? He also drinks water. You know, he also visited France on holiday. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with me? Yeah. This person's had a whole life for 30 years and done unlimited things. You can tie him to anything. And they just say, oh, we found in his browser 6 years ago a video of Andrew making a joke about a car. He is, why, the Tate murderer. This is a setup. This is a psyop. Yeah. And the British government, I'll make it very clear. Great Britain, hello, you, yes. The British government is coming for me, trying their very best to put me in jail for 10 to 20 years for no reason. And they know it's no reason because it's full Stasi, full USSR lockdown communism. And they can't stand the fact that I highlight how corrupt they are. Let me make something very clear to you, because a lot of people at home, especially in England, don't understand why they're being replaced. Let me explain why they're being replaced. For everyone at home who's confused, why are they replacing all the white British people with all the other people? Let me tell you exactly why they're doing it. Keir Starmer's not the leader of anything. Keir Starmer's not the boss. He may be in charge of the government, but if he has an idea, if he has an implementation, he needs to go to other people. He has to fight against the House of Commons. He has to get it through the House of Lords. He can't decide with the whip of his hand if somebody lives or dies. Now, the leader in Dubai is the leader. And the leader in Saudi is the leader. They're the real leader. They have absolute power. They're an absolute monarch. Our leaders don't have that. But they want to be an absolute monarch. They want to turn the UK into a third world nation so they get to be third world leaders. Because third world leaders rule with absolute force, no accountability, and they can steal as much as they want. So they're trying to replace everybody who understands tax code, replace everybody who understands law, replace everybody who understands...
There's a pain in my right shoulder, and it was there for some time now, and I didn't care about it that much. Sometimes it interfered with my workout, but I didn't took it so serious. But yeah, I'm gonna keep moving on with the workout. Let me know down in the comments what should I do for this situation. Yeah, let's move on.
But they still have to put me through court. They have to... If I pissed them off and they were a third world leader, just put a bullet in my head. So get rid of it. Same day. Lock him in a room. Get rid of it. That's what they want to do. The UK population is being... I thought the UK was full of lions. Remember 3 lions on a shirt? Where the fuck's the lion? Where are they?
Come on, bro.
No, I mean, but you notice that where's the protests outside Parliament?
What would you do then?
There's no one's doing anything. They're just sitting there waiting to fucking die, bro.
So if you're in the UK, like if you're me, for example, you don't want to be in the UK because you're going to get you've got all these allegations and stuff. But the average person that's watching this in the UK, Great Britain, who's a business person doing well, making money, do you stay and do you fight it, or do you move to Dubai?
Well, you can't do it by yourself. And this is the point. When I'm talking about the line inside of the UK, I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the general culture and spirit of resistance that the British used to have, which has been completely eroded. The average English man now has become a eunuch. An English man will walk outside his house and fight another English man over a fucking football team, but won't fight some foreigner who's pinned his fucking daughter. It's ridiculous.
There's a lot of killers still in the UK, though.
Of course,
there's a lot of killers.
I know, but the point is, there has to be a cultural shift.
Yeah.
Forget color, forget white, black, brown, whatever.
Yeah.
There has to be a cultural shift where the Muslims, the black people, the white people, everyone gets together and says, "No, we're tired of being fucking robbed. We're tired of all these people coming in. We're tired of this whole scam." And then it all ends. But it's an abusive relationship. It's like a woman who's with an abusive man. As long as she stays, he's gonna abuse her. She has to stand up for herself at some point, or it never ends. And the people of the UK are not standing up for themselves.
Right.
And to answer your question, what would I do personally?
Yeah.
Well, I made it clear what I would do. I've tried my very best to rally the troops. I've tried my very best to inspire people. Most of the people in the UK have betrayed me. Most people in the UK sit there and go, "Andrew's a misogynist."
Do you know that?
No,
Really?
no. You know, it's funny. Because in person, I've never had a negative interaction with anyone ever. Everyone loves me.
Of course.
But on the internet, under this post, there'll be some idiot. Andrew Tate is accused. I'm accused by fucking Romanians.
Yes,
hello.
idiots.
Romanians have accused me. Do you understand that means nothing? I've done my very best to rally and inspire the troops and destroyed my own life doing it. I didn't need to do this. I have money. I don't have to. I could just disappear and live on a boat. I did this and destroyed my own life in an attempt to rally the troops. So that's what I would do personally. I would fight, of course. I saw some guy, I don't know his name. He was on Twitter. Skinny little dipshit. Begging for the government to tax us more.
I was going to talk to you about him. Are you on about Gary Economics?
Must be him, yeah.
Is he like got skinhead?
Yeah. Skinny
Gary
little dipshit.
Stevenson.
Every revolution in history began with the assassination of the tax man. Not sucking the tax man off, hoping he taxes you more. That's not a revolution.
Right.
That is garbage. And the fact that he thinks giving the UK government any more money when they do nothing but waste it. They have hundreds of billions for Ukraine. Hundreds of billions for Ukraine. Why? Because they launder it. So he thinks, let's give the criminals who steal all the money more of our money, and maybe it'll all work out because their kids need a future. There's no future as long as you're dealing with crooks, sir. And if you think you can tax rich people, you're also an idiot.
Right.
Because let me tell you from a rich person, we leave. There is no rich person on the planet.
Or restructure things.
Or restructure things. That's
Yeah.
right. I can restructure my life and still visit England and enjoy England while having my wealth elsewhere and not pay the taxes.
Yeah.
So he obviously doesn't know very much for an economics fucking whatever he's supposed to be.
Interesting though, because I actually think if you listen to a lot of what he
I
said,
think he works for the fucking Matrix. I think he's been paid. I think they've put him somewhere. They've put him in. Think about this. Let's analyze this. Like professionals. Let's be professionals.
Go on.
Labor come in.
Yeah.
They're going to put everyone's taxes up, fuck everyone over, remove the winter fuel allowance, and wreck everybody. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, some skinny dipshit is all over the internet saying, begging for higher taxes just before the higher taxes come. Is this a coincidence? Oops. Exactly the thing the government wants. This retard is screaming for, and we promote him all over the news. Oopsie doopsie, taxes go up. And there's going to be someone sitting there at home going, well, actually, Gary told me this is good to give more of my money away. And they're just going to steal it. They're just going to steal it all. This is a setup. He works for the Matrix. He's part of the propaganda machine.
Oh, I didn't see it like that. Here's what I thought about him. A lot of what he says is actually right. He talks about the rich and poor divide. All of the stuff that he said, I actually agree with.
Yeah.
The part where he's wrong is his solution, which is let's just rely on the government to tax the rich. That's where he's wrong.
Well, the reason it's fucked is the government in the first place. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to go to the person who created the problem to fix it?
Yeah.
The government's completely corrupt head to toe. And also, he fails to accept that the unfortunate reality of human nature is that it is a competence hierarchy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what economic system you design. It doesn't matter what political system you bestow upon a nation. I promise you I'll be richer than you. I promise. I don't care what game it is. I don't care how you change the rules. It doesn't matter. I'm going to win. Because I want to win. Some people don't want to win. And the people who don't want to win are not going to win.
Yeah.
So when he sits and says, we need to balance everything out. You cannot legislate everyone rich. You cannot make a loser have what a winner has because winners are busy winning.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line of it.
Right.
So when he talks about all this restructuring and this garbage, it doesn't change anything. Because I would still outperform everyone. I would still have a Bugatti and a Koenigsegg and a jet and a yacht and 25 houses. So what does it mean? The truth is, you need to instill a culture inside of young people that, and he says, and people say this, not everyone wants to be a hustler. Not everyone wants to have to go out there and grind. Yeah, but some people do. Rich. Even if
Okay,
this is the
now
thing I said about true and false. Even
now
if
I'm
it is
gonna
true that you are
record.
poor because of the government, and even if it
Now
is
I'm
all
gonna
your own
continue
fault,
to do
you believing it is your fault
dumbbell
allows you to be more powerful and more competitive. So why
raises.
would you accept
I
the truth
guess that
that
is
it's the
what is
government?
called
You can accept the truth that it's you that allows you to win. And even when
for
you're
my
driving a Ferrari,
front delts
how
and
can you say your mindset wasn't true? Because it is
side
your fault.
delts.
Truth is performance. Truth is result. So anyway, this dipshit anyway is just sitting there on the TV. Yeah, I mean,
Now
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to insult the
continue
guy,
this
you know, he's screwed me
shoulder
over
workout with
times. But he's the best option we've got.
si-
Yes. Is he Trump? Fuck.
shoulder
He's nowhere
workout
near
with
Trump. He's too soft. He's afraid of the media. He's careful with his words. If they pressure him, he
now I'm gonna continue this
the
workout with
country outside of the city of London is a
shoulder dumbbell press,
Their prospects for the
and
future are bleak. We
I'm gonna do
manufacture
it for
nothing.
5 sets,
National pride is at an all-time low. Hegemony is at an all-time low.
and that is it
Drug use
for
is still
shoulders.
crime,
And then I'm gonna move on
healthcare,
to
all-time
train
low.
my
The
arms.
country is over. Or you're in Nigeria, or you're in England, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
You have USDT in your account, and you'll be able to send that USDT in it directly arrive in any Swift account, any normal bank account in the world.
When I'm listening to you on Twitter, I know we know you personally when we speak, but sometimes I don't know whether you're 100% serious about things, because I know you joke, and I know you also like to piss people off.
No, I mean,
Someone said to me, they said, oh, Andrew, actually, he's like a comedian, he'll say he's a Muslim, he'll say he's a Christian, whatever, and I'm like, he's the opposite of a comedian. He'll deliberately say things to piss people off.
you know what's funny? Because I say things, and they say, "Did you mean that?" And I'm like, "Well, yes and no."
You're happy to be misunderstood, though.
Of course, because my ideas are complicated and they're layered. The whole point of me talking is to make people think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at something I just said. I said that revolutions happen with the assassination of a taxman, not sucking him off, begging to give him more money.
Yeah.
Now I'll say that, and then I'll go on a rant, and people will they'll just go over their heads. They'll just hear the words, they won't think about it. But now they actually stop and think, okay, so the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, they'll actually start to think about World War I.
Yeah.
How were the banks involved in these things? Who was actually getting rich from these things?
Yeah.
Who were we fighting against? Like anyone with a brain will.
Dumbbells are set. I have
I've
used
done my very best to dumb
6
myself
kilos
down to the
for
general population,
each
but
side of the
unfortunately, a lot of them are
dumbbells.
beyond safe
So
game.
one dumbbell has
Unfortunate
12 kilos,
consequences
and
of my current legal troubles
hopefully I'm gonna
are it's
do 11
forced me
or
to
to
use a lot
12
of
reps
faith
in a
humanity
set.
once again. Because
And
before COVID, I had some faith
when
in
moving
humanity.
on to the last sets,
But if you
I'm
had told
gonna
me before COVID what they were going to do to us during COVID, I said,
do
no way would we believe this shit and put up with this
as
crap.
much as
And they
possible
did it
I
for
can.
4 long years. I lost.
There were no hands to hold, no cheers to spur me on. Only the relentless echo of my own heartbeat, urging me not to falter, not to relent. I discovered that true growth, real enduring growth, comes when you're too far in the depths to see the surface. Let me be clear, when you embark on your journey in the dead of night, you will encounter moments of doubt and despair, when the darkness feels more like a shroud than a shield. In those moments, remember that it's only in the deepest dark that the stars shine brightest. Your eyes will adjust, your senses will sharpen, and what was once hidden in the night will come brilliantly to life. So to those who find themselves standing on the edge of their own daunting nights, I say, do not fear the solitude. Embrace it. Harness it. Let it teach you who you truly are when stripped of the day's comforting illusions. And when you finally emerge from the night, having fought your battles away from the applause and the acclaim, you will know the profound satisfaction that comes not from external validation, but from the undeniable truth that you did it alone. As I stand here tonight, sharing this moment with you, under the flicker of these dim lights, know that my journey through the night has been my greatest teacher. It can be yours too. Let the darkness be not your prison, but your cocoon. For only in the solitude of its embrace can you truly transform. And when you emerge as I have, you will not just say, I survived the night. You will declare, in the darkness of the night, I was reborn. I did it alone. And therein lies my power. Now, let me tell you this. The path of solitude is not merely about enduring. It is about mastering the art of thriving in the absence of light. It is about finding your own rhythm in the silence, your own pace in the stillness. Each step taken in the darkness hones your will, sharpens your spirit, because every decision, every movement is yours and yours alone. The world teaches us to fear isolation, to seek constant companionship, to drown out our inner voices with the noise of the crowd. But there is a potent, undeniable power in learning to stand completely alone. In the darkness, stripped of all distractions, you are the architect of your destiny. Each moment of solitude is a brush stroke on the canvas of your life, painted without guidance, forged without consensus. In the night, every whisper of doubt must be confronted and conquered by none but yourself. There is no place to hide from your fears, no shadows deep enough to conceal your insecurities. It is here, in this stark reality, that you face the ultimate test of your worth. And when you pass this test, as you surely must, you forge an indomitable spirit, capable of weathering any storm. This journey of mine through the deep night has been a crucible. The lessons learned in its depths are etched into my soul, not just as memories, but as cornerstones of my very being. These lessons have shaped me into a relentless force, a solitary titan walking confidently through the shadows, knowing that the night no longer holds dominion over my fate. So to you, standing at the precipice of your own dark nights, I offer not comfort, but a challenge. Seek not the light for safety, but embrace the darkness for the profound clarity it can provide. Let the quiet of the night teach you about your true potential, which lies buried beneath layers of societal expectation and self-doubt. Discover your strength in the solitude of the night, and let that discovery echo through every aspect of your life. Step into the darkness. Let it envelop you, test you, change you. Then, and only then, can you truly understand the power of your own light.
Now, I think that I messed up this workout
Not
because
seeking validation, for you have proved everything that
I should have used
to yourself in the darkest hours.
14 kilos
Found a peace that
on one
comes
pair
from
of
having
one dumbbell,
faced the abyss, having found not emptiness,
and
but an
I
unshakable
think the
core of
intensity
resolve and
was low,
strength.
which I
Remember,
did in this
the night
workout,
does not need to be your
because the
enemy,
first set
nor does it need to
I
be
have
your
done it
grave.
is I have reached
It can be
the
your sanctuary,
12 reps
your
easily.
workshop, your proving ground.
This is what happens when you don't
Embrace it
track
fully
your
and let it
weights, and
transform you. Then emerge from it not just victorious, but
that's it.
transformed,
However,
enlightened by
the
your
shoulder
own
workout is
courage,
done
and
now.
fortified by your solitary conquests.
I'm gonna stop record
Stand
from
tall,
this
embrace
point
your
on,
journey, and
and
let the
see
world
you in
see
the
what
next one.
wonders can be wrought